know about the government there or the system there. But one thing when we think about it is like, there's a certain, people say like this, racism in assuming that that government won't honor its agreements just because they're other to us. Okay.
I think you showed a film where somebody ran somebody over with a car and that was okay. And it's a dictatorship. Unless you misrepresented the fact that really it's democracy. And in that case, I find it incredibly hard to believe that there isn't somebody who suffered terribly. And it's really hard for me to accept the fact that you didn't know you were putting those people in danger when you misrepresented to them that they were safe. And that's incredibly upsetting to me.
Excuse me, I was the lawyer that negotiated that settlement. You are absolutely wrong. You're absolutely, totally wrong about that. We spent weeks negotiating that settlement agreement with the government of Sharjah and the Sharjah Art Foundation. They signed the document, and they meant every word of it. It's legally enforceable in the United States. The Speech Act that was passed in the United States allows us to bring an action against them in New York. So you don't know what you're talking about, and you're absolutely wrong.
Would you be willing to go to Sharjah right now and stand there and have this conversation in public? You probably would say yes, but I'd like to see you do it. Then we can have this conversation.
The reason that we don't have to do that is because the people in Sharjah didn't realize that under the speech acts that were passed in the United States in 2008, in 2009, and 2010, that that type of action could not be brought in Sharjah without following the constitutional rules of the United States. They are not allowed to bring their legal standards to places where U.S. law doesn't apply. It's absolutely wrong. It's called libel terrorism. It's not allowed. Okay, we don't have to. They agreed and they signed a contract and they said that they would agree to abide by jurisdiction in the U.S. That's ridiculous. There's a legal document. You don't know what you're talking about.
In answer to your
You don't know what you're talking about.
Next question.
You've made your point.
Next question.
I just want to say that, the dilemma for a filmmaker is like, what is the alternative to speaking out? It's to be silent, right? And it just seems to me that being silent is also like incredibly problematic, because then you're just allowing a system that is repressive, I agree with you, to continue. And what's going on there is there's a clash between an essentially medieval way of thinking about things and modernity, and they're trying to become modern, and there's and as a filmmaker, I just got stuck in this weird clash. And part of the resolution of this clash is this movie and the legal stuff around the movie. Like that's how things change. Is you do stuff that makes people uncomfortable, and then things have to get switched around. And that's how every human rights movement has worked. People, it's not ever not messy. And I don't know what else to do.